Hello, today I'm going to be making a fish pie. I'm going to make it my way, okay? Not any other person's way. I'm making it my way. And I'm going to show you the ingredients. Right. I bought this whole salmon. Well, it's a whole side of a salmon. It costs £12.24 from Tesco's, right? It normally would be £26. That's because it's Christmas. Everything's going to be reduced, so you've got to take advantage of these things. Anyway, yeah, so I'm using that. So what I've done is I've got most of the meat off, as you can see, but there's still some left on the skin, and I'm not going to try and get that off. It's just too difficult. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to boil that salmon in 1 pint of milk, because you use milk, and I'm going to you know, once it's cooked, I'm going to put it in my my dish, and then I'm going to add that bit to the milk, and the salmon will just flake off. So don't waste any meat. Get as much off as you can. I'm also going to use these prawns. They're frozen prawns. I bought them from Tesco's. They were reduced by £1 and whatever, so I got them for about £3.50. So yeah, I'm going to do that. I've got my potatoes boiling, as you can see. I've already chopped them up and they're nearly done. So I like to get them ready. So right, I'm going to start the process now. So I'll turn that on. I'll add the milk. Right, so you want to you don't want it boiling. You don't want to boil it, but you want to just make sure that you get that flavour in the milk, because that milk is going to be your sauce for the later stage of the pie. So right, so I've got to get that kind of boiling at the moment, because I don't want it to I want to try and do this video as quickly as possible, so that you so all I can say is, if you want to watch my videos, lovely, thank you very much for doing that. Please like and subscribe, and you know, help me to build my channel up a bit. And there you go. So I've got those potatoes boiling. Hopefully that's going to be boiling. I've already grated my cheese. So what I do, I like to use this cheese, and that's a big pack, and at the moment in Tesco's that's £4 for a pack, and that's like 550 grams, so it's just over half a kilo. So that's £4, so that's a good deal. Yeah, and I'm going to that's my ingredients. So I've got butter and flour, which you use to make, it's called a choux, don't ask me why, and it thickens. You cook it together, and then you add your milk, and that's how you make your sauce. You thicken up your sauce. So I think my potatoes are more or less done. My potatoes are done. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drain the water off of my potatoes, and then I'm going to mash them up. So just bear with me for a second. Don't go away. So I've drained off my potatoes, which I'm now going to mash up. I'm going to give them a little mash. Now I'm going to mash them up with some butter. I'll get a little bit of butter. I'll throw that in there. I'm not going to, there's no airs and graces where I am. As you see, my kitchen is very small. I've only got a small work area. This is budget cooking at its best. So there you go. I'm gonna get my fork. I could use one of those mashers, but I'll just use a fork. I'm just going to break them up into small pieces. You don't even have to mash them really, you can break them up into small pieces. And you can add some milk with it if you want to give it a little bit of, you know, that kind of softness. And I think I might do that. You can add cream as well. I haven't got no cream, so yeah, I'm just going to add a little bit of milk. A little bit of milk. There you go. Just a little bit of milk. So the fish is beginning to cook, so I'm going to turn down the heat on the fish because I don't want that to boil. I just want it to infuse. I want that flavour of the fish to be in the milk, so we make a nice sauce later. So I think my potatoes are nicely mashed. Look at that, nicely mashed potatoes. Like I say, there's no airs and graces in my kitchen, but obviously we like to keep things clean and we like to keep things in order, organised if possible. So I'm going to stick my lid on there. That's my potatoes for later on. Right, I'll leave them there. Let's put that in there actually. Right. Now my fish. Yeah. The fish is cooking nicely. So I'm going to get that out of there. And just turn them over a bit. I want all that fish to be cooked. Ooh, sorry about that. Yeah, I want all that fish to be cooked well in the milk and get that. I want that flavour to be in the milk. Right, I'm going to add a little bit of salt and pepper. Add a bit of salt and pepper there. Add a bit of salt and pepper. Right. Always need salt and pepper. Now I think that fish is nicely done. As you can see, I'll show you that fish. Look at that fish. That's a lovely bit of salmon. So I'm just going to stick that in there. And then it don't matter if it breaks up because we're going to be breaking it up anyway. So right, we need to get that in there. Get that all in there. None of my videos are edited because I haven't got an editor at the moment. So I think this one's going to be a bit of a long one. So I hope you will just bear with me. Right, now I've got that other bit of salmon. It's got a lot of, still got some meat on it, so I'm going to stick that in the milk. And I may have to add a little bit more milk in because that milk has reduced a bit. So, yeah. So I'm going to add some more milk with that because that milk is reduced. So I'll cover that over, turn the heat up a bit, and then you can start mashing your fish up. Yeah, so you've got your fish in there. You could use cod as well, but cod is quite expensive. So because this is so cheap, because it's Christmas, you know, that's what we're doing. I'm just using the whole salmon. It don't matter if it's not fully cooked because it's going to be cooked later. So we just need to mash it all up. whatever utensils you've got to mash it up with. I'm using the wrong utensils really. I'll give it a good old, yeah, that's nice there. Right, I've set that over there for now. Right, bit of a muddle. Right, I'm going to get that in there cooking, and also I'm going to stick my frozen prawns in there as well. I need to get them defrosted. So I'm going to cover that over. So yeah, this is my channel. Like I say, I don't edit nothing. I haven't got the editor at the moment, but I will be in the future. So I hope you do watch my videos as long as you can, because I'm trying to build up the watch time hours now, and you know, yeah, I like to get you know. So anyway, let's get back to this video. Right, now that meat, that is beginning, the salmon will begin to fall off of there. Get a little knife actually. We don't want the skin, we don't want the skin, so we've got to get rid of the skin. We just want the meat from the salmon. We don't want to waste any meat. Get that meat off, and then I'll get rid of the skin. Sorry about the length of the video. I know I need an editor, but at the moment I'm just getting started on YouTube, you see, so I'm just getting started on this channel. Ah dear, right, get that off of there, get that off of there. I'm probably making a bit of a mess of in my kitchen at the moment. I just want to get that skin, get rid of that skin. We don't want skin in the pie. We don't want no skin. We've got to get rid of the skin, right. Save the meat, get rid of the skin, right. Get rid of that skin, right. Yeah, the prawns are cooking nicely. I'm getting rid of the skin. Right, there you go. I think that's about it really. Yeah, right, that's about it. Lovely, right. I've got to clear up here a bit because I'm making a bit of a mess. I'm making a mess. Right. Right, get that in there. Don't let the milk boil. Don't let the milk boil. I said don't let the milk boil. And what happened? The milk boiled. Right. I want to get that. Oh, no. No, I'm panicking a little bit now. Right. I've got to get those prawns out. Right. What I've got to do is get those prawns and the rest of that salmon out of there. So I'll get that out of there. Don't panic, Mr. Mannering. That's what they said, wasn't it? Right. So I'll get those prawns out of there. That should leave that milk. Another prawn there. Right, that leaves that milk there. So I'll set that aside again. And get your jug, and then you've got to pour. You've got to pour that into your jug. Hopefully that'll be right. Yeah. Pour that in there. Oh, look at that! Look. That's lovely, isn't it? That's going to be towards your sauce, with your cheesy sauce. So right, now I've just got to got a little bit more meat in there, which I'll get out. I don't waste any meat. Right, that's in there. I'll give that a wash out. Give that a quick wash out. Get rid of that. Straight in the bin. I'll give that a wash out. That a wash and a dry. Now I want to make my sauce. So what I'm going to do is bring that a bit closer, and I've just got to position that a bit better. I'm going to make my sauce now, so I'm doing turn that on the lower heat. Actually, I want that on the lower heat, so I'll turn that on there. On lower heat. I want to melt the butter. So stick your butter in. You don't need a lot, just a couple of like knobsfuls of butter. Butter. I'll put that a bit closer because you can't see nothing. I'll have to turn that one on low heat. Right. Got to melt the butter. Melt the butter. And use something soft, obviously, in the pan. So I'm going to melt the butter quickly. I apologise for the lengthy video. I know none of you are going to be watching up to this point, but if there is one or two of you, thank you very much, and just bear with me. This recipe will be finished soon, I promise you. So yeah, you've got to melt your butter, and then you want to add 2 tablespoons of plain flour or corn flour. And then you want to start mixing it right away, because you want to form what they call a shoe. I don't know why they call it a shoe, but they call it a shoe. Yeah, so you want to get like a little, like that softness, and then as soon as you get that, you want to start adding in your milk. So you see you've got that thick sauce. You want to start adding the milk which you used to boil your fish with. Now you can have bits of fish in there, but it don't matter about that, because that adds to the flavour of the sauce. So you add a little bit at a time, and then you just mix it around, and it will thicken up. And as soon as it starts to thicken up, you add some more of your mixture. You're going to add all this mixture, and it will thicken up into a nice sauce, but you've got to keep stirring it. Keep stirring it. Be patient with it, and it will thicken up nicely. Oh dear. Get rid of all the little lumps. You can push it down with your, push it down, get rid of the lumps. You see it's thickening up really nicely, that is. So keep adding your mixture a little bit at a time. You want to get that nice kind of thicker sauce, and it looks nice. It looks more like a sauce now, doesn't it? It's thickening up a bit, and then you can just go all in, stick it all in there, and you're going to have bits of fish in there, but that's okay, because that adds to the flavour of it, doesn't it? So look at that, it's getting up nice. You're getting that nice thickness. You don't have to add any more flour. Just keep stirring it. Keep stirring it, and you'll slowly you can feel that thickness of the sauce. While you're doing that, stick your oven on to gas mark 5. Get it ready. Get your oven ready, gas mark 5. We want the oven nice and hot, and make sure in your oven on the shelf that you've got enough room for your pan, to go in. So just about, no, I'm going to lower it one. I don't want it to be rubbing on the top, right. You see that's all nice, getting nice and thick now, isn't it? So what you do, you get your grated cheddar, and you start adding a bit of grated cheddar, a little bit at a time. Just sprinkle it all over. Sprinkle it all over, and give it a nice mix. Give it a nice mix, and you'll see your sauce will really start to thicken up nicely. It's really thickening up nicely, isn't it? Right, oh, that's lovely, that is. That's lovely, that's a lovely sauce. And just keep on adding your fish sauce. Sorry, just keep on adding your cheese. Save a little bit for the top, because if you're topping, right, There's enough cheese in there now. It's going to be a nice thick sauce, that is. Look at that, isn't that lovely? Look, that's a lovely thick sauce. Look at that, it's lovely and thick. I do like my cheese. Oh, that's done. That's done, that is. Oh, that's great. Now turn your heat off. I'm going to bring over my mixture. Oh, look at that, look. Isn't that nice? Look. You got all your... And you got a bit of liquid at the bottom, but that's okay. We need some liquid in there. We don't want it to be too dry. So, just press that down a bit. And then... just sprinkle over your sauce, look. Oh, isn't that nice? Isn't that nice? And you get rid of all your sauce in there. Oh, that's nice. That's a nice thick sauce. That's a nice thick sauce. Got your potatoes now. And all you do, I'm not going to mess around. Start sticking your potatoes on top. You know, you want to spread it out a bit. Hopefully you've got enough to go. Just, you know, you don't need a thick layer, just a thin layer of potatoes all over the top. Yeah, try and fill all those little holes with potatoes. Yeah, that's going on well, that, isn't it? And what did this cost me? Well, the salmon was just under £12, say £3 for the prawns, that's £15. So a couple of pounds for the cheese, £17. What else? The other bits, milk. Well, you're gonna have milk in the fridge, aren't you? 1 pint of milk, what's that, £1? I don't know all the prices, but yeah. So just, yeah, get that off, give it a nice go over. Oh, that's nice, isn't it? Look. Yeah, we want to get all that potato out there. Don't waste no potato. Waste not, want not. That's what I say. Waste not, want not. Right, get that out of there. Brush it all over. It doesn't have to be perfect. Get the rest of your cheese. Sprinkle it all on top. And once you've done that, just stick it in the oven for about half an hour or 40 minutes. Well, as soon as you see it getting brown on top, yeah, as soon as you see it cooking on top. Well, I hope you've enjoyed my long half an hour video. I'm sure none of you have made it to this point, but if you have, thank you very much. Like and subscribe to my video, and see you in the next time. Bye bye.